Hello, hello, and welcome to my live call. My name is Chad Allen, and today we are going to be discussing about words and how they have power to cause either life or death. Hello, and again, my name is Chad Allen. I have a master's degree in nursing informatics, and a little bit about my backstory, and it's going to lead right into this particular event. I have a friend. I have a friend that discussed about. I have a friend that really. I don't want to name names because if I name names, okay, so I won't name names. Okay, so I have a friend who, before they got cancer, told their spouse that they hope that that they died because they had differing belief systems, right? One believed in one particular way, the other one had a different uh, belief. And then what happened is this person said, the only way I can get out of this marriage is if I die." So think about these words for a moment that people are talking that they tell themselves specifically, and then later on, what happened was that person developed cancer, and that cancer continued to grow, and it was a very fast-paced type of cancer that ended up developing. And then what happened was that person died a year later of the cancer. Now, even if like they asked for forgiveness, or they asked that they be released from that, if the heart and mind is not truly in unison with each other when it talks about belief, if someone were to say, I want to be released from this, but they don't really believe it, they still have a little bit of doubt, that unfortunately does not get canceled out, right? And so the person ended up dying a year after their diagnosis. So in the case of so that's on a friend's side, and on the case of my side, with my wife who developed breast cancer, she had great faith, and she really wanted to be healed by faith, and she always read, and these were it was very noble. She did the chemo, she did the integrative therapies. But it got to a point in her fight where she stopped wanting to be treated, and I could never really understand. At the time I could really not understand why. But if unless you go through the cancer, you really don't understand the the full magnitude of that diagnosis on a person. So what happened is she became depressed. Of course, it has doubt. Even though she stated that she wanted to live, but deep down in her mind, because in her notes and what she always told me was, to be absent from the body is to be present with the Lord. So in her mind, she always wanted to be with God, and so those words and that mind thought that she had developed uh, in the manifestation of her death, because typically, if you're really a fighter, then your life, will continue to go on, right? But if you're content with life, and you're content with where you're at, and you're okay, and you're at peace, like she was, because she was very at peace, and you feel that you are right with God, then she was really okay to go be with God. So for me, that really angered me quite a bit. I was so mad. I was upset because my wife. I felt like my wife was not fighting. I was mad at her because I felt she gave up. I was mad at God for taking her. Oh, I was really upset. But I always came back to this idea of, she's happy. She's happy to be with God. And how can I be upset with God? And how can I be upset with my wife? And so it brought peace to my mind, and it brought peace to me because I was able to let go of those things. And and that affirmation allowed me to move on a little bit quicker than most people. So after her death, I was I was able to be open again. I had lots of fear of how to raise my daughter because I'm a single parent now. Oh my goodness, and some of the things I don't know what to do. I'm like, I had caretakers also, and I'm like, what do I do? I don't know what to do. And I kept asking God. I was like, God, you know, I don't know what to do. I provide somebody, provide a wife, a new wife or something, because I don't know what to do. I need help. And this is why I was still in the Philippines and I could not come back. I could not come back to the US. And God provided that. God provided me a new wife. And I was so blessed. Blessed with the new wife that I have now, and Jewel. And she's such an amazing, amazing um, wife and mother to Sarah. Oh my goodness, she's so amazing. And so it comes to the power of your words. Your words have the power to dictate to you where you want to be. It can bring life or it can bring death. And before I move on, you can, if you want to go to my website, chadallan.net, chadallan.net. I have the article there as well, and you can check it out there. Um, but James, the Epistle of James, talks about, he says in the Epistle of James, it says that your tongue is like a fire, and through your tongue, you have the power to speak death to somebody or to speak life to somebody. And what he meant by that, the words that we have can really cause a person to stumble in their life. It can cause them to go in depression, or it can cause them to rise up to new heights. If I were to tell somebody, let's say you maybe you experience this with your parents, with family members or friends. I mean, I have. Everybody has. You know, some somewhere in your life, someone told you that you were stupid, that you were dumb, that you were no good, that you deserve the Whiny Butt Award, that you deserve, um, that you will never amount to anything. These are words, right? And when you go back to how you felt when that was told to you, how did you feel? You felt upset, anger, and very, very hurt inside. And from that moment on, when you were just a child, or when you were younger, or maybe it happened, not so long ago, but you took those words and you made it your own. And because you made it your own, it crippled you to have the ultimate achievement in your life. It crippled you to the point where you are no longer able to to achieve the things that you want to achieve. It's like you were not able to finish, because every time you were to break through, that word will come into your mind and tell you you are no good, you don't deserve it, it's too hard, it's too much. And that is what takes place when we say things to, like, as parents, we tell our children that they are stupid or they are dumb, or that whatever happens, we stifle their dreams, and we stifle their their heart and their minds and their desires. And then we cripple them for the rest of their life until they can stop and give forgiveness and release that, whatever it is, and have a change of mindset. So we have to have a change of mindset when we are talking to people, because we have to understand that our words have the power to murder somebody. Maybe not physically, but it can certainly murder them mentally. And I see it. I saw it all the time when I was a psychiatric nurse. Saw it all the time, every day. You go into the psychiatric. People are hurting. They are depressed. They have issues, and it's because typically it was because they were told that they were no good, and they believed it. So not only did the word murder them, they murdered themselves and they're mentally, because they believed what the other person said and they made it their own. And then from that point on, they're like, oh, I'm so stupid. Oh, I'm so dumb. Oh, I can't believe this. How could I do such a dumb thing? I've done that so many times, trust me. And until you have a mind change in your life, until you understand that what you say can bring life or death, then that change will never take place. That success that you want will never take place. See, your words can do so much in your life. Think of an affirmation, right? When we affirm somebody and we say, you are an amazing person. You could be anything that you want. You can you can reach for the stars. You have the ability to become uh, a great singer. You have the ability to do this and do that. And then what happens? That person believes it, and they have confidence. They take in what you're saying, and then the next thing you know, they make it their own. And there's life, right? So your words have the power to help somebody or yourself to have success in life, whether it be losing weight or whether it be business success, or it has the opportunity to cripple you. And typically, the self deprecation of yourself, the self talk that you have, is the most destructive words that you typically say to yourself, because what God has forgiven you, you continue to hold on to yourself, to within yourself, and then you allow it to keep you from achieving those things that you really want to achieve. So the self talk that you have is more damaging than the word that somebody else told you, and then you end up believing it, the action. So, and the reason why it's more damaging is because you hold on to it, and then you don't let it go. You continue to hold on to it like it's a cherished hurt, like it's something that is valuable to you, when it's not valuable. It's not. It's causing you great harm. And then from there, when you learn to let go and you learn to change the wording, I am good enough. I am this. I am that. And then that is when things begin to change for you. So again, you go to my website, chadallen.net, chadallan.net. You can also get my freebie there at chadallen.net/FREEBIE, the word freebie. And you can download my free guide there. So, what are so in Proverbs, okay, Proverbs, it says, the soothing tongue is a tree of life, but a perverse tongue crushes the spirit. A soothing tongue is a tree of life, one who's calm, one who is able to speak blessing, is a tree of life. But a perverse tongue, one who has uh, one who curses, the one who causes harm to you, says bad words to you, is a tongue that crushes the spirit. Crushes the spirit or tree of life. So which one do you want? Tree of life or the crushing spirit? And it's people say, oh, it's easier for you to say that I get so angry, I get like this or I get like that. It's like, it's always a choice when it comes to speaking. If you have an issue of speaking too quickly to somebody, then and you say something bad, then learn how to hold on for 10 to 15 seconds before you respond, so it gives your brain and your gives you enough time to calculate your response and give you the say, okay, if I hold on, if I say this, this can happen. But if I um, correct in a more positive way, then it won't be devastating to that person. So some steps that you can really think of. So each night, so if you want to start taking these words and making them positive in your life, and you want to start having the change in your life, then here are some steps that I believe will really, really, really help you to make that happen. This is great for, if you're trying to learn how to, uh, if you're trying to just get your mind right, or you're trying to have more business, or if you're trying to uh, fix a relationship or whatever it is that you're doing, or you want to stop seeing people in such a negative light. For example, that person, every time I go to work, people at work are so annoying, or you're always getting angry every time you read the news. You're like, you're just going nuts, right? And everything you read, everything you do, it's like, oh my goodness, I can't take it anymore. It's crazy, right? So here are some things that I believe will help you. And I'm doing this, by the way, myself. I'm doing this. If I'm giving with the steps I'm giving you, I'm doing them, and I can tell you that it's really, really helped me. And I believe it will help you too. So each night before you go to bed, what are we gonna do? So you want to release all the negative thoughts that comes into the mind. So you want to write everything down, that all your feelings, all your negatives, positives. Write it down on a piece of paper before you go to bed, and then release it. You say, God, I release, and I release all this negativity. I release all of this stuff, and just dump it, get it out, release and be done with it. Get it out of your mind. Okay. Then you want to do gratitude, right? So then you say, oh, I'm thankful. You write all the things that you're grateful for. I'm grateful for this. I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for this. I'm grateful for that. I this and that. And then you want to tell yourself that you're worthy, that you're deserving to lose weight, you're deserving to have success, you're deserving uh, to be positive, and so that you are positive, that you are this, right? And then you'll continue to do that. You can visualize your weight loss, you can visualize the person that you are thinking about, like your family or your coworkers or yourself, whatever you're trying to visualize, you visualize that. And then so you believe that it's already there because you're visualizing, and then you're gonna repeat this each night until you have a mindset change. Typically they say that it takes about 30 days uh, before there is a very noticeable change. Some 2 weeks, but for the most part, it's typically 30 days. And the reason why it's 30 days, I just learned this today myself. Actually, I was listening to a very, very powerful book about this very subject. The Power of Your Subconscious Mind by Dr. Murphy. You should check that out. It's really, really good. And so the reason why that is because in 30 days, it takes 30 days when you start to um, because of your cells in your body, they start to replicate, right? They start to build up again. So when you do this for 30 days, you are actually changing uh, and giving your cells a different aspect, right? It's like it's changing to a new form. And so no longer as it has all that negativity surrounding it, and it's causing whatever it is, that sickness, whatever it is, it's creating new cells, and it's being more positive, and therefore those thoughts that are in your mind or whatever it is, it's those negatives or go away. Becomes easier and easier and easier as time goes on to really believe that you are this way. I can really attest to this. I did not know about this book before, but when I was really really young, I used to be very negative. I used to always, every time I got picked on, I would really just be like, I would cry. I would like, I was like, man, what's going on? Someone would say something, I would take it so seriously, until one day my dad says, Chad, um, you do realize this particular guy was just, picking on you. He wasn't being serious. He really really likes you, and he picks on people that he likes. And and so when my dad had that talk with me, I realized like, oh my goodness, what was I doing? And then I had a change of mindset at that very moment, and from that point forward, I I told myself personally that I would no longer allow someone who was picking on me, or I took it as sarcasm, and I was hurt by it. I would no longer allow that to happen, and I would give the person the benefit of the doubt, and I would see that person in a positive light. And then after so long, I've learned to not take not take what a sarcasm or people picking on me or anything like that. I learned to take it as having fun, enjoying life, enjoying that person. I would throw back sarcasm. That the person was being sarcastic to me, I would throw back sarcasm in a fun way. It's like, yeah, man, like this. And then, you know, after so long, it's like I don't even think about it anymore. I mean, and that guy was, every time I went in, hey, what's happening? That kind of thing. And we were always, talking, because I saw it in a different way at that particular time. Where before I, uh, before it was just like, always stressed out, always upset, angry at the world and everything. And then, boom, something like that happens. And I, it's like, what, I gotta change, because I'm not in the right mindset. And then as time goes on, you begin to learn to be about more how to really have positive change of your mind. And you need to learn that. You really, really need to learn that. And one of the ways, because I learned this in the Philippines, one of the ways is you got to be careful with your words. You got to be careful of what you say to people, because it can hurt them just as well as your own words to yourself can hurt you. And it was something I really, really learned when I was in the Philippines after my wife died. Even before my wife died, I really, 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 really learned about that. And so I'm so grateful that I have been able to have that transformation. And I believe that you will have that transformation also, because it is something that is innate in all of us, that we are meant for greatness. We are meant for different things. We are meant to really expand our horizons. And I believe that you will do that, whether you're trying to lose weight or whether you're trying to become successful. You have the opportunity to become a great, great, great success in your own right. All you have to do is believe it and take it for what it's worth. To take it and grab it and push forward. And that's what you got to do. You got to really believe that you can do that. If you're 100 pounds overweight, you got to believe that that you lost that 100 pounds. If you want money, you got to believe that you have that money, right? You have to believe, and I know that you can do it. So I want to thank you so much for being on the live call tonight. It's so awesome that you are here. I'm really appreciative. And like I said, go to my website, chadalan.net, CHADALLAN.net, and you get my freebie there, CHADALLAN.net/freebie, chadalan.net/freebie for the freebie that I have there. I'm so grateful that you're here. You have a blessed day. Take care. Bye bye.